When Mitch called me and talked to me about being the head coach here at Kentucky, I understand the assignment. We are here to win banners. This is the point where he
Maybe.
tips it.
I thought that was always good. Oh, well.
Welcome into Kentucky Roll Call for Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. We are live in Lexington, Kentucky today. It's La Familia Media Day, and I got Jack Pilgrim joining me here off the top of the hour to talk a little bit about it, break down the roster. Jack, I know you're so excited for this. Don't lie. You're excited for TBT.
I am so excited. Can you tell how excited I am?
You're excited to be in Lexington, though, right? I mean, do we get to do this?
No, this is what I'm excited for. Look at this backdrop.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I'm just the Will Stein era, baby. I'm ready.
That'll kick off. How many more days are we away from Youngstown State coming into Lexington? What are we, just a month and a half?
I was not told I'd have to do math on this show.
Yeah, sorry about that. But no, we're excited. I am, at least, to talk to some players today, and then we get an open gym. We get some B-roll. Is that right? We're gonna get to watch them practice.
30 full minutes, apparently.
Woo! I'm excited. TBT tips off in just 4 days. Saturday at noon. Jack, you gonna be there at least?
No, I will not. Unfortunately, I'm leaving with one Zach Gagan tomorrow morning for North Augusta for Peach Jam. So I'm very excited to, Pope's got some recruiting momentum, so I'm excited to chat with some 5-stars and see if the vibe around Lexington has changed. The perception of high school recruiting has changed for Pope for some of these high profile guys. But I will absolutely be watching the Ville versus La Familia on Saturday at noon somewhere, wherever. I'm probably in the gym. I'll be watching. Maybe Pope will be sitting next to me and we can watch it together because we're just buddy. We're besties like that.
Okay, and we're gonna break down the TBT stuff. We will, but that's a bigger story, I think. Peach Jam. Can you just, first of all, I've never been. What's the vibes? What is it like there, covering that?
Chaos. The first day I get stressed the hell out, and I think that yeah, man, I'm just not cut out for this. This is just too much. And then by the end of the first night, you get your legs under you, and the issue is there are just 38 games going on at one time. So you have to look at the roster. You have to look at, who plays when. You got to prioritize. Okay, who am I going to prioritize day one? Do I go to the top of the batting order with, Kentucky's top targets? Do I start low and then wait for the live period to actually begin on Thursday before, seeing who Pope is watching to decide, who to go talk to or whatever. So it's a chaotic mess early. And then as the week goes on, you get comfortable and you start, knowing where to go and who to watch and who to talk to. So it is a lot of fun. There are hundreds upon hundreds of coaches sitting shoulder to shoulder. So it'll be Dan Hurley one way, Coach Cal the next, Rick Pitino. I don't think I've ever seen Rick Pitino in that gym, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But all of the other best of the best, they make their way to North Augusta. It's the premier recruiting event of the season.
So who are we looking at? Is there anybody particular that you'll be watching? And I know this is also kind of, for you, it's like kind of like a networking event too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it when you get sources, as one would say, as a big time capital J journalist that we are here at KSR. That's where you go find your sources is, coaches, agents, parents, friends of friends, everybody. I mean, Carmelo Anthony, Jamal Crawford, my source, the first live period on Jamal Crawford taking the Kentucky job or deciding whether or not he's going to take it was Jamal Crawford, was just talking to him directly and saying, hey, are you coming to Kentucky? So it's just Chris Paul shows up, LeBron James, we've seen pop up there. Blake Griffin, all of the best. Brad Beal coaches the team. He has an AAU team, Brad Beal Elite. By the end of Peach Jam, he's usually coaching the team himself. So it is definitely a who's who of the basketball world, and it's fun to do that. But we'll definitely be Ryan Hampton plays at 4:30 tomorrow, I believe. So that's the first game that Zach and I were going to try to leave at the crack of dawn as soon as we can get in the car and head down that way. Our goal is to get there by the time Ryan Hampton plays at 4:30, if not earlier. So that's priority number one for Pope's first big fish, and hopefully we can help him reel in a couple more.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about Ryan Hampton. Would this be your first time seeing him play in person?
No, I've seen him several times, and
okay.
Interestingly enough, I wasn't a fan the Memphis Live period. I kind of but the issue is his team stunk so bad. Like, they were the worst team by far. They lost every single game by 30 points. So when you have a crappy team, of course you're going to take bad shots. Of course you're going to turn the ball over because you have the weight of the world on your shoulder trying to do way too much, and shot selection's bad. You get the tunnel vision. You kind of play hero ball a little bit. So that was my first impression of this cycle, at least, was, man, Ryan Hampton takes some really bad shots and he turns the ball over way too much, and I'm just not loving this. And then as he moved teams after 2 sessions to the Night Riders, that's a big part of it is the AAU names they come up with. The Night Riders is the team he's now a part of. They're very good and they win games, and he's still producing the same way. A little inefficient this past weekend in Las Vegas. So that's definitely something he's going to need to get cleaned up. But the session 3, his first weekend with Night Riders, he was unbelievable. I mean, averaging 20 plus points a game on good efficiency, was hitting threes, playing like a guy who is ready to contribute at Kentucky. So he needs to look a little bit closer to the session 3 version of Ryan Hampton that we know and love, not what we saw in Vegas this past weekend.
Well, I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about that. I'm assuming you're going to do a Sources Say with Zach down there, so we'll get like a full report, not just on I know you will for KS Sport, Kentucky Sports Radio, obviously. But I'm sure you guys will do that. We got some texts into the Game Day Men's Cell text line, and some of them are specifically for you. TJ Walker, the sports talker, you know him. He used to host this show called Kentucky Roll Call. It was on it was noon to 2, Monday through Friday.
Sure, yeah. Familiar.
Yeah. He says, my question for Jack is, does he think La Familia will be any good?
Ooh, great question. I was not pleased to hear the Reed Travis news that he is very unlikely to participate. Do we want to break that news here on the show? The why?
Let's break the news. Reed Travis. What is the Wani na na? No, we got to come up with our own thing. But what's the breaking news, Jack?
Bingo bango. We're gonna go with that. Bingo bango bongo. Reed Travis has an injured back and will not be participating in La Familia, unfortunately. So that freaking sucks. He was gonna be a superstar. He was going to be so good in this event. I mean, he was built for it. So that's a big hole to fill the week of. So hopefully the 20 and the guys over at La Familia have a backup plan. I saw Duran Lamb was hanging out with the team last night. So was AJ Stewart. Could we get some AJ Stewart action, Steven? He was hanging out with the team. Maybe we get some AJ Stewart action?
Yeah, why not? I haven't heard that name in a long time. What's Charles Matthews doing? Is he playing somewhere professionally? He used to play at Kentucky. He can come play. I'm trying to think of other, who was the guy that got kicked off the team right before the 2011-12 season started? He got in a car accident with Terrence Jones. I feel like he'd fit on this team.
Stacey Poole?
Stacey Poole.
Yeah, Stacey Poole.
Trevor, you feeling any more confident about the Ville getting the win in this series now that Reed Travis is out?
I was always confident, but I do feel your pain about a best player having back issues.
He looks pretty darn good in Summer League, Trevor.
Is Reed Travis
or the other guy?
Michael Brown. Good. That's a hell of a talent, man. Is he your all's version of Shaden Sharp?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he actually played some games, so I don't know.
Okay, your all's version of Jaden Quaintance?
Shorter version, and again, a few more games. But yeah, you're getting warmer. I'll give you that.
JQ was actually hurt, right? So it is a little different.
Big difference.
I'll go old school and say he's our Derek Anderson.
There you go. Wow. Don't love that, but fair enough.
Yeah, well, because Anderson was actually hurt.
Yeah.
So Jack, I mean, you look at Kentucky. I'm sorry, La Familia's roster right now, and without Reed Travis, well, there's only like one big. Chris Coffey's 6'8", so he's a good size power forward. But Willie Cauley-Stein's like your only true big right now, right?
Yes, they are very thin. Like Reed,
Oof.
that was the perfect fit, perfect
Yeah.
position. Like he was going to man the that starting 4 spot. So I am a little concerned there. This is where, man, like Oscar Tshiebwe was in talks to do this, but I think there's just this stigma that once you become a TBT player, you're not going to make it in the NBA. And I think he was looking for one last training camp deal and is still in talks with several teams about joining an NBA roster. And I think once you become a TBT player, the NBA kind of looks at you as a has been. So there will be a day that Oscar Tshiebwe takes the floor for this team and averages 84 points and 42 rebounds a game in TBT, but it will not be this year. The thing is, though, Oscar's in town right now for his wedding. He's getting married at the end of the month. I don't know why. Like, if I'm 20, I'm on my hands and knees begging right now, going, buddy, we just had one of our supposed star players get arrested by the FBI. He's in the clink. Like, he might pull a Kentavious Caldwell Pope, and we need an ankle monitor at this point if we're gonna get a freaking get him on the floor. So we got one FBI scandal on one hand, and then now we have Reed Travis hurting his back. Like, we need Oscar, bro. Come on, go dominate the TBT and prove to the NBA in this event why you belong in the league. Say that you are way, way, way too good for the basketball tournament, especially this weekend. Like, just go beat the hell out of Louisville. Get a 60 and 40 double and then call it a career. You can have your time, make it to the NBA training camp, and you'll be just fine. I think he needs to do it.
TJ Walker in the Game Day Men's Health text line. Get your text in. Also, 502-414-1450. The Sports Talker says, an injured back? What year is this? Didn't he have an injured back his entire year at UK? Wasn't that the case? It was a back injury?
No.
PJ Washington had the leg injury. What was Reed Travis's problem?
No, this is a wild pull. But remember, he hyperextended his knee against Missouri.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why I remembered that, but it was a knee issue for Reed, if I remember correctly. All I remember is that he just, like, when you talk to him, he would just pierce your soul. Like, I mean, just he would look like into your eyes and into the depths of your soul, and like he would speak to you in nonverbal ways that just, like, it was kind of distracting, like very like. I can't hold a conversation with you because you're just so tantalizing, just how he talked to you. So that I was actually kind of nervous to talk to him today, getting back to media day. He's a TikTok
right.
dad talk.
Yep.
He's trying to get famous with Instagram reels and all that stuff. It's a little excessive if you ask me. But I was gonna have to ask him about that today, but unfortunately, we won't be able to do that. So.
Well, here's
shout out Reed Travis.
Another funny thing about Reed Travis, Jack. When I worked at WHAS, and I'm not going to name names or anything, but I worked with like female reporters who would interview him after games, and they said, like, looking at Reed Travis, I didn't think he'd be that attractive, but the second we started talking to him, I was like brought in to his charm and his he spoke so elegantly. So I think there was something about talking to him in post game. So you were like, this guy's really smart. He puts – I can't remember why I thought he was like the best person to interview in that 2018-19 season. And I think that the whole season changed when he had that injury. When he came back, things just weren't the same. They were at one point probably the best team in basketball that year. And I remember when they were going after him and he was doing a shoot around and he was just hitting threes. And I thought, man, this guy is going to be able to bang down low and hit threes. I don't think he shot any threes at Kentucky. Did he? I mean, did he shoot any?
Not that I remember.
A shorts game or anything. But yeah, it's a huge loss for La Familia, and we'll hear what they say today if there's any chance that they bring in another big, because they're obviously going to need one. South End Josh here on the Game Day Men's Health text line. All right, Peak, let's see what cornball, goofy rainbow, lollipop, puppy dog fart ideas you come up with today. You almost made me choke on my Chipotle yesterday.
What's the context behind this? What was?
We were talking about. I think it was third place games because the World Cup has a third place game, Jack, and so Trevor asked, "Well, would you like the third place game to come back to the Final Four?" And I said I wouldn't mind it, but like it would depend on the context of us playing in that third place game. Like if it was 2015, get the hell away from me. I don't want to even think about participating in a game versus Michigan State. But if it was 2011 and we had guys who might be coming back the next year and it's another game you didn't even expect to be this far, maybe I might be behind it. I forget the other thing he didn't like that I was trying to hype. Oh, the State Cup, Jack. He didn't like my State Cup idea. He hated it. Go ahead.
I think he was yapping about that on KS Board, saying like, I thought this is Kentucky basketball. Why are we, we should be playing, talking about national championships instead of playing Bellarmine or something. I think that was him.
We played Bellarmine 2 years ago or 2023, didn't we?
We played past year. That's when Cam Williams went nuclear.
That too. That was right. That was the one game I missed last year. But that's the thing. I argued that we played Morehouse in 2011, getting ready for the Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was dunking on Morehouse. I mean, was that fair? They play 7 of these games every year, and this is a preseason thing. Once every 4 years, South End Josh, we can do this tournament once every 4 years. And I think that's why I'm also okay with the third place game in the World Cup and not so much in the NCAA tournament is because you only get that tournament once every 4 years. So,
I could not be more out on a stupid third place game. What a loser mentality event that like you made it to the Final Four. That's the achievement. That's like what do you need? That's such an ego like. What difference does it make if you're third or fourth? Like when you think of that 2011 Final Four team with Brandon Knight, like are you going? Man, I really wish that we knew whether we finished third or fourth.
Because we finished third, right? They were going to beat VCU.
Do you care truly to know that one way or another? No, you went to the freaking Final Four. That's all you care about. Yeah, third place game. The sport itself sucks. I hate soccer and everything about it. Anyway, I pretended to care for 3 weeks and it was great.
You're not going to watch today?
I will have it in the background while in fact, I was thinking about watching.
Yeah.
I was thinking about watching the movie, so I leave again for Peach Jam tomorrow morning at like 5 a.m. It's going to be, maybe an early night for me anyway. But I was going to actually watch Project Hail Mary. Apparently, like I want to see that super bad. Everybody, I've had like 4 or 5 friends here in the last week say, dude, you have to watch that. So before Peach Jam takes off, I was going to try to watch that tonight and have a second TV with the World Cup in the background. That's where it falls on my priority list.
Well, the game is at what time? 3 o'clock?
Oh, well, then I'll probably watch it.
So you will be watching it while we watch La Familia practice. What are you going to have your eyes on more? Are you going to be breaking down the La Familia Open Gym, or are you going to be having your eyes on France, Spain?
I would rather watch La Familia Open Gym than
there you go.
World Cup semifinals.
So there you go. The TBT of level of importance for Jack Pilgrim. It goes TBT, how much space, and then World Cup.
If USA is playing, I'm all in. But these secondary ones, man, I'll take. I think I appreciate what TBT is, and I like the idea of La Familia. But I think we can all understand the ridiculousness of the event and knowing that yes, we had our star player be ruled out with a back injury days before the game was played because he's old. Like, yes, there is a little bit of humor to all of this about the ridiculousness of the event. So the gap is probably closer than I'd care to admit. All
right. Well, before we get out of here for the first segment, what do you think? Does La Familia win this series? Again, starting on Saturday, and then game 2 is what day is it? Monday. So Monday. I don't even know when game 3 would be. Maybe it'd be on Wednesday or something. I think I'd have to miss all of the final 2 because I'll be in Tampa Bay for the SEC Media Days. The Ville looks pretty good on paper, Jack, but we got home court advantage for game 1 and game 3. Can La Familia at least get to the I guess it would be the round of 8, but the round of 4 on the alumni side? Can they get past Louisville?
Yes, because it's a whiteout, obviously, and you know that the historic Memorial Coliseum is going to just be absolutely rocking, and choke out the Dirty Birds and the Reds that are in there. So probably. I mean, Louisville still stinks always. I'd take our B and C team over their A team. So yeah, I'm going with I'm going with a 2-0 sweep, and we won't even need the if necessary game.
I'm looking at tickets right now, $33. It does look like, am I crazy? I mean, there's a lot of these sections are completely sold out. Am I looking at this right? On Ticketmaster?
Lower level, yeah.
Yes, lower level looks almost all sold out. Upper level, there's 3 sections that are sold out, really 4 sections that are sold out, and the rest are open. So you still have time to get your tickets. $33. That seems a little steep for what this is, but that's not that bad if you want to come in and watch Willie Cauley-Stein play what hopefully isn't his last game, but this is his last go-around, right? Like, he's not playing any more basketball after this?
Yes, this is his last season. Are these seasons? I don't really know how to. This is his last basketball event. Yeah. And then he's calling it a career. Which, if you're going to keep the fan base intrigued and get the excitement where it needs to be for this event, like I think, like, what am I going to ask Willie Cauley-Stein today, year 3 of TBT? We've already asked all the playing the hits of what was it like to, like Chris Farley and Paul McCartney and on that SNL skit, like, remember when you did this? Remember when you jumped from the SEC logo? Remember when you stared down Montrezl Harrell? Like, we've done all of that. Like, there's nothing left for me to ask Willie Cauley-Stein. The on-court play really doesn't back up. Like, we need to keep rolling with that era. It needs to be, the Lamont Butlers, the Jackson Robin. Like, we need to keep. I know they're pursuing their NBA dreams, but this last 5 years, I think we need to, the EJ Montgomerys of the world, the guys that are, probably just past the point of being overseas professionals. I think Aaron and Andrew both played on professional deals. And still did TBT the first year at least, so it's doable if these guys still want to pursue their overseas careers. But we got to get younger quicker with this event.
I agree. Well,
Jack, I want to say this. I'll give you $2 and a high five if you ask Willie Cauley-Stein, quote, "Is it true you once played wide receiver in high school?"
I'll do it. I mean, that sounds great.
I got questions prepared for guys like Sean McNeil, like, who are you? Would be one of them. So, like, I think it's going to be a fun media day.
I'm actually going with that one.
So it's going to be a fun time over there at the Joe Kraft Center. Jack, I'll see you over there, actually, in, about 2 hours? A little less than 2 hours?
2 hours. Let's do it.
All right. We'll come back. We'll talk with Adam Stratton of KSR when we come back. You're listening to Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. Thank you, Jack.
See you, buddy.
See you. All right. We are on a break here on the radio, and you guys get to hear some behind-the-scenes, super secret stuff on the KSR YouTube channel. I liked how, who was our guy here? Mighty Quinn said that he likes the idea of the State Cup. Thank you. Mighty Quinn 42437, because I think it would be a great event that, yes, it could. Look, here's the thing. I set it up, and I think I did it wrong when I put it out there, when I pitched it, Adam, because I had it out there like it was always going to be Kentucky versus Louisville on opposite sides of the bracket. And I don't think you have to do it like that. You could do a random draw, and they might play each other the first game, and then you do have different teams playing in the championship, and it might really, really mean something for the smaller schools. It might mean something for Moorhead or Murray, EKU, if they were to make it that far, and get a chance to knock off Louisville or Kentucky to win the State Cup. It's once every 4 years. Gosh, I'm so bad at math. I was just trying to say how many times I would get to see it before I die. that many.
I say 3.
Well, even if you kept Kentucky and Louisville on the opposite sides of the bracket where they set them up to play in the finals, Louisville's probably going to lose to Bellarmine every once in a while in that race, and we're not going to get the Kentucky Louisville game that we otherwise would. So I think you got it pretty well the way you set it up.
I'm sorry, BMI and Gardner Webb.
Yeah. Well,
they're not in Kentucky, so
there's something else too that I want to do. Like maybe this will be a video that I do, or I wanted to do a documentary on it, but it wouldn't fit into 2 hours. But from 2010 to 2015, I don't know that any state has ever dominated basketball like the state of Kentucky did. And I know Louisville got their banner taken away and all that, and that usually is something that I'll point to. But this is one time where I need to defend their banner and their Final Four, I guess, in 2012. Because it really was. It was every team did something. Either EKU had a run and won the OVC. That's like their biggest accomplishment, but they got into the NCAA tournament. Western won a tournament game and won Conference USA. Of course, Kentucky and Louisville had their success. Murray State was a top 10 team in 2 different seasons, or top 25 team and a top 10 team in one season. Bellarmine won the national championship. NKU went to the Final Four in Division II. I mean, even our smaller schools were winning. Lindsey Wilson. It's why like I want the State Cup to be like a celebration of the state of Kentucky's basketball dominance. And there's so much tradition on all these other schools, not just Kentucky and Louisville. So I thought it would be kind of cool if the tournament got hosted in Moorhead or hosted in Murray or Western, that we could highlight what those schools bring.
I think it's great in theory. Of course, it's all going to come down to money. So hosting it in Moorhead is going to be a tough sell for Louisville and Kentucky.
That's the problem. Yeah.
It's all going to come back down to money these days. But yeah, I mean, if we could set something like that up, I think it'd be awesome. Especially every 4 years, that's about the right cadence for something like that. Whereas like, if you did it every year, it might get a little tired. But yeah, every 4 years, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you can't do it every year. I don't think you could hype people up for it every year, especially
30
because
seconds.
Kentucky and Louisville will win it most of the time. I mean, obviously, but
Louisville.
You never know. They might not play their best players the entire time. They might do some weird rotations that keep the game just a little close, whereas the other schools might try. Trevor, what do you at? 10 seconds, you think?
We have 16 seconds.
Nice.
15. I can count. 10.
All right.
Somebody give Wagner an Emmy.
Okay. Welcome back to Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. It's Tuesday, so it's Takeover. It's KSR Takeover Tuesday. We got Adam Stratton now joining us. Adam, where are you at today? Because I feel like every time I get a chance to talk to you, you're somewhere around the United States or around the world. Are you at home?
This is my house, my actual home this time around. Yeah, in the Phoenix, Arizona. Just hanging out. That's at home for a change this time. Good to talk to you.
Yeah.
Do you have AstroTurf for a lawn?
I do, actually, and it's the greatest thing ever. No mowing required, no watering, none of that nonsense. It just sort of exists back there, and that's it.
That is interesting. What's the heat like there? I know that they hosted a Final Four 2 years ago, right? Like 2024, I think, and I was hoping to figure it out for myself. But what's it been like here during the summer?
It's pretty miserable, just to put it lightly. Right now it's about 110 degrees most every single day. It did rain last night for a change, so it cooled things off a little bit. I think the high is only like 100 today, so it's not as bad as it was last week.
Cooling off.
But yeah, no, it's pretty miserable those 3-4 months in the summertime.
The worst part about Arizona is, unlike the desert area, it stays like 95 degrees at night there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is not great. I mean, there's like a pretty large difference, like a 20-25 degree difference between the hottest part of the day and the coolest part of the day, but still like the low still only gets to like 90 something. So there's just no break. But hey, no humidity, right? So no different kind of heat.
I'm telling you what, I'm working up a sweat right now in KS office. There's no air conditioning. I got a fan, and it's not pointed at me because it really can't be, because it would blow right into the microphone, and then you would hear all of that. So it's off to the side of me. It's kind of cooling me down a little bit, but it's just blowing hot air on my face. But that's the reality of doing the show at KS office, Adam. So, Adam, what are you looking forward to the most right now? Like, what is on your mind? What's on the forefront of your mind right now? Is it Kentucky football that's starting in the next month and a half, or are you thinking basketball all summer? I want to know, like, where you're at on that.
Yeah, I think the answer is both, weirdly enough, right?
Okay.
Like I'm just more of a basketball-minded guy, so like breaking down the roster every time that there's a different practice report that comes out, always going to be top of my mind, the forefront of what I'm looking forward to or breaking down or whatever. But at the same time, like, I don't know if it's the lack of momentum that we've had with just sort of a down year last year. This is the least that I have been excited about basketball probably since 5 or 6 years into this.
Why is that?
I guess just to finish that off, it's like, even though I'm least excited, I'm still probably a little bit more excited than I am about football, even though I'm pretty pumped for football comparative to what I've been in the past. I don't know. In terms of basketball, we had with Pope's, last couple of, everybody was super excited for the first year of Pope, seeing what new change we're going to bring. We got a little momentum after what he was able to do with that group. The second year, I think, by all measures, was a disappointment. And then you look at the roster construction this year, you're like, yeah, they fixed some things that were broken last year, and so you're trying to find ways to get excited. But then you see that, look at Florida's roster, you look at what Texas has brought in, and it's hard to really say, like, I think very confidently that we are going to just dominate in the SEC. Yeah, we're going to win some games, we're going to do well. And it's just hard for me to kind of get over that hump of where I historically have been with Kentucky basketball, which is who's going to try to knock us off the mountaintop. Now it's more of like we're going to try to knock someone else off the mountaintop, and I think maybe we have the roster that could maybe do it. And I think that's just a different mentality to what I'm used to, and I think that's just sort of decreases the excitement to a slightest degree. With that being said, I am reading every practice report, following every second of every, summer break, workout and everything. So it's, I'm still excited, but man, my optimism is not where it's been in years past.
Yeah, I think you are speaking for a lot of Kentucky fans. Unfortunately, I think we're in a wait and see. I'm not out on this team. I've definitely not out on Mark Pope. I've said over and over that I think he has the skill sets to get this done, especially when he's able to make some good hires to help reel in some guys that he can't do on his own. So, I had to say that before I say, I don't think that this team on paper it gives us the same confidence that we had from those 2010 to 2019, even that last year of Calipari going into that season, especially after we saw how the team looked at Global Jam with some of their guys not even playing that well, and they still looked really good, especially with a lot of their guys out, I should say, actually. Every big, I think, was missing that game, or that during that tournament. Yeah, I would say that this is you're right. I mean, really, since COVID, this is probably the least I have had the least amount of optimism that I've had going into it. And I still feel like it's all that I can think about when I think about sports is Kentucky basketball. And I feel bad. I mean, like, Will Stein's going to kick off here in 40-something days. I feel like I should have my there's so much excitement around that and the start of a new era that it is weird that I have spent all summer on this show talking basketball and that I haven't really gotten into football mode yet. And I'm thinking that'll probably happen in the next couple of weeks. It's that TBT standing in the way. Adam. That's what it is.
It
It's
is,
got, got
yeah.
basketball
It
on
really
our
is
minds.
TBT.
Are you going to watch any of the games?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, TBT's been a lot of fun the last couple of years. I'm in the camp though. Nostalgia as a well you could only draw from so much, right? Like you can only like extract so much water out of the nostalgia, reservoir. And TBT now 3 years I think into La Familia with a lot of the same guys. I think we're running low on that. So, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. I wish we had a player like an Eric Bledsoe who's just fresh out of the 14-year NBA career to help lead the La Familia to some wins. We don't have that this year. Then with Reed Travis being out, that's gonna stink. But that'll be fun. I do agree with Jack. I know he said in the first segment that moving forward we're gonna have to start plucking from a different group and get some of these guys that are the fringe NBA players now, with maybe Oscar and maybe the Antonio Reeves or Keon Brookses of the world. And if we can get a team full of those, mid-20s guys who are, still pretty athletically relevant, then I think, TBT could be a lot of fun for La Familia. But yeah, until then, I'm just gonna sit back, enjoy watching Willie Stein, shoot a bunch of threes for his last go around here, and soak in what I can.
Ansley Almanor played last year. I wonder why he wasn't invited back. I don't think he's playing anywhere.
Well, he was on the team last year. I'm not sure how much he played, which was kind of surprising.
He did 3 against the Stroh's squad, I think it was. So, he didn't play that much. And when he did, it was against some of the weaker teams. Here's a good question. You've been following what Arkansas has been doing this year? As far as putting the team they got together. Wisconsin Guy Carrico in the Game Day Men's Health text line. And also Game Day Men's Health, they are redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, Adam, just results. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and see what they can do for you over there. Wisconsin Guy Carrico, he says, would you trade teams with Arkansas if you could?
Man. It's a great question. I need to go probably pull up their complete roster. I know their top guys, but I would say probably not.
Okay, I was gonna say
last year for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, last year for sure. I definitely would have. This year, I don't know. I gotta see them play to be able to answer that question confidently, which I know defeats the purpose because it's a preseason question. But yeah, I would say no. But I've also dug really deep into Kentucky's roster more so than I have Arkansas this year. No, they just got to recruit today for the 2027 class, so Cal's still doing Cal things out there. But as of this year, I haven't seen anything that wows me with them. So I would say I would take Kentucky's roster. And I think in most power rankings in the SEC that you've seen, Kentucky's been a notch or two above Arkansas in most rankings. So yeah, I'm keeping with what we got. If Arkansas is the option for trade.
So the another bracketology, Adam, came out today. I'm seeing if we had that up on KentuckySportsRadio.com, but it had Kentucky as a 5 seed, and I know this is nobody's even played a exhibition game or a summer league or any type of game yet in any capacity, so it's way too early, almost comically early, really. But it's just it's stuff that gives us stuff to talk about. I think if Kentucky got a 5 seed, it's year 3. I'm saying that's kind of a disappointment. I think that if you don't get one of the 1, 2, or 3 seeds, I think fans are going to be pretty upset because that means you lost some games maybe you shouldn't have. That might mean another 10-loss season. It probably does mean another 10-loss season. And I know the SEC's gotten tougher. I understand that. But how would you feel? How would Adam Stratton feel if Kentucky sees a 5 seed on Selection Sunday?
Yeah, 5 seed is kind of like the 6 wins for the Mark Stoops there, or the 4 or 5 wins, whatever we kind of drew the line at last year in terms of where you're at. It's kind of right in the middle where you're like, well, I mean, it's not bad, but is it Kentucky standards? No, not at all, right? So, do we want to, do you consider, going in a different direction with a 5 seed? Well, that's kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, it's not where you want to be. So I think 5 seeds kind of worst case scenario because we're probably not going to make a huge run with that. But I would not consider it successful. Again, spoiled Kentucky fan speaking here, but I agree with you. Top 3 seed is kind of what you would want in order to give yourself a serious chance to make a Final Four. Obviously, you can do it at a lower seed, but yeah, 5 seed. I think that's probably a little optimistic for this team. I think he's getting some. We're getting some front of the jersey boost with that seed. Granted, it's July, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, anything less than a 3, I think, is going to be slightly disappointing.
Yeah, and if you're saying that that's optimistic, I don't know if I love hearing that. That's not so. And just to go to Wisconsin guy's point, they have right now they have Arkansas as a 3 seed. They have Louisville as a 2 seed. Tennessee also a 5 seed. So our 3 rivals are doing better than us or just as good. And maybe you can even say that's again. We don't know. We have no idea. All right. There's so many of these teams that are this is a brand new team. We've seen Malachi Marino and Trent Noah and Cam Williams. We have no idea what this team is really going to look like. And, I think that the thing that has given everybody pause is, well, Mark Pope has not really proven that he's a good enough coach to take a team that isn't – look, we are used to having overwhelming talent. But there are teams that go to Final Fours and win their league, and they don't really have overwhelming talent. They have really good players who play well together. That's kind of what we were 2 years ago, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we could certainly do it again. Last year, I don't know if it was just the group or whatever, but there was very limited offense run last year, to say it all. And I don't know if that was just Pope not connecting with his guys to be able to get them to do what he wanted them to do, or what. But I felt like last year we were not running the same offense that we ran the first year. And if Pope can maybe install what he's doing and these guys mesh with it well, or maybe we can, leverage that high offensive motor mentality and score a ton of points and beat some teams that way that maybe we shouldn't. But yeah, I think that's what it's going to take in order for us to overachieve based on just pure talent alone.
Adam, can I slip in here with a hypothetical? Because I love these things.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a 1 through 3 seed with a Sweet 16 loss, or a 7 through 10 seed with an Elite 8 loss?
I know my answer.
Yeah, I think
go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's 1 through 3 with the Sweet 16 loss because you can justify one loss in the deal. If you say Final Four, that changes matters because now you're hanging a banner for that, and that carries.
I'm not gonna make it that easy on you, buddy.
but Elite 8, you're talking about one extra win, and the body of the season matters a lot, right? Because
Yes.
Obviously we live and die after every single game, but the collective whole of what a season would take that gets you to a 2 or 3 seed, you're going to be living on a much higher or a bigger high once the season is over. Whereas if you struggled and had a ton of games where you're like, oh, I can't believe we lost to South Carolina, and then like, oh, we get one little reprieve, like, oh, we got to the Sweet 16, but then you lose to Kansas State again or something, and you're just like, well, we stink again.
Would you change your mind if I said second round 1 through 3 seed?
That might for an Elite 8
versus say a 7 through 9 seed Elite 8.
Well, the thing is that I want to have another. You've heard me say it 100 times on this show. I want to see Kentucky have a dominant season at some point. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but I think that if you can show future recruits that this system is fun and it helps Kentucky win games, that needs to be, like Adam said, the full body of work of the regular season. And so, yes, I want to play an Elite 8 game. I would love it if we're playing on a weekend of the playing in that second weekend and playing for a chance to go to the Final Four, even if it was as a 7 seed. But it would always seem kind of fluky. To get there, things have to kind of go your way if you're a 7. you probably will need an upset at some point that will land in your favor. I mean, maybe the 15 beats the 2 or the 3 seed loses. So, yeah, I mean, it would be awesome, but it would still leave me with a ton of questions of like, all right, can Mark Pope ever get Kentucky to be a 1 seed again? I mean, again, Adam, this is the longest streak without a 1 seed in school history, and that stuff matters. 1 seeds, they win all the time. They win the national championship all the time.
And they haven't in a long time. And we haven't even threatened really a 1 seed in quite some time, which is just
2022? Is that the last time that we even
the St. Peter's 2 seed team, I guess.
That's the team, yeah. That they had a chance, maybe, and I know the SEC tournament doesn't really matter, but maybe if they'd have won it, maybe if they'd have gotten to that final game, maybe I think the losses to Arkansas and Tennessee that year hurt, but also that early season loss, and that, it was to Notre Dame, I think, on the road, a game that they probably should have won. That one hurt. So yeah, that's it, Adam. That's the last time that they've really even been in position where even on Selection Sunday you didn't think it was likely, but hey, there's a chance that they could bump us up to 1. I mean, we haven't had this since 2015. It's 2026, and in the meantime, you're seeing, I mean, Kansas and Duke and even North Carolina got a 1 seed a couple years ago, and they fired their coach like a year later. So like, we got to have a dominant regular season again. And who knows, man? Like, there's a lot of clips I see in practice where I go, man, if Zoom Diallo is able to make plays like that consistently, he'll be better than Lamont Butler. He'll be better than whatever options we had last year as far as Denzel Aberdeen and Jalen when he could play. And maybe like he's better than any starting point guard that Kentucky has had since, man, let's go way back. Like, who was the starting point guard in 2018? Quade Green. So maybe he's the best starting point guard since 2017. Yeah, we might have to go back that far. I mean, think about this. Think about your point guards since then. 2018, it was Quade, and I know it ended up being SGA. Then it was Ashton Hagans. Then it was Ashton Hagans again. Then it was Devin Askew. Then it was Severe Wheeler. Then it was Severe Wheeler again. Then it was DJ Wagner. Then it was Lamont Butler. I mean, is Lamont Butler the best point guard Kentucky's had in 8 years?
He's not as good as DJ Wagner. I know that DJ didn't play like the top 5 recruit that he was or whatever, but DJ Wagner is good. I hope he actually has a pretty good year at Maryland this year.
I like DJ. He was a great kid. I liked interviewing him. I didn't think he was very good at all. Like, I mean, it was very clear to me and to a lot of, like, he should not have been starting, and it really did him a disservice.
Yeah.
I thought it made it to where he became a target for fans who were upset when they would lose games. Maybe if he was healthy, though, against UNC Wilmington, they wouldn't have lost that game.
I do think that team was the biggest. Like, I know 2022 we were good, but 2023, I think with the Reed Shepherd year, I think that would have been the year that we could have been a 1 seed had we played our best players the whole time, and Cal's stubbornness hadn't taken over. But let me ask you a question this year, Peak.
Go ahead.
I know we're getting short on time here. So for the schedule this year, we have an opportunity to add 2 more games if we can or if it works out. We've been in talks with adding West Virginia, potentially playing in Nashville over the Thanksgiving holiday. Are you pro this? Are you against this? Where are you at with adding 1 or 2 more games, or just riding with what we got right now?
Last year, I loved the schedule. I thought there was a lot of tough games. I get so sick of the easy games. I do not want our schedule to make me a diabetic from all the cupcakes that we have to go through. So I like it. I do like neutral site games also. I don't like that there's so many of them for, like, okay, so we're going to play, that would be a 6th big high major game in our non-conference, right? And that would mean that 3 of them are neutral sites and 1 of them is on the road at Virginia. So you only get Louisville, and who else is coming to Rupp Arena? Is there anyone else coming here? Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Yeah, they're the biggest one.
No, there's only one. There's only one. Because they're playing Indiana in Indianapolis, right?
Right,
So you have
Indianapolis, and then
the CBS Sports Classic. You'd have the Champions Classic, of course. I'm on the road at Virginia. Then this game, and then Indiana. So the only game that Kentucky fans get at home is Louisville, which is, I mean, a great game. But like that, I like playing some of the CBS Sports Classic and the Champions Classic are enough. Every other game, I would rather it be home and away. I like playing a team like Virginia on the road this year. I think that Kentucky should win that game, but it also like gets your guys used to playing a road game. Especially like that's how I felt about the Clemson game 2 years ago, and then we lost it. But that's a solid like first road game. You should win it. At the same time, you get to have that experience playing together on the road. And but I like the opponent. I think West Virginia could be another good rival for Kentucky fans. Kind of like we had a rivalry with Cincinnati for a while. West Virginia could be that for Eastern Kentucky, but I would rather it be a home and home.
Yeah, I think it should be a home game. I mean, you're looking at there's going to be a 12-day break between games the way the schedule looks right now. With 12 days, I mean, that's almost an unheard of amount of time between games during the middle of a basketball season. And then on top of that, you're playing at neutral sites or away on the games before and after that break. So you're looking at 3 weeks between rump games this season.
That's crazy.
22 days to be specific, because I looked this up for an article. And so I just think that putting that over Thanksgiving break, when you got so many people, not unlike me, coming home to Kentucky for family that time, it just creates a different vibe for Rupp Arena than maybe you would randomly get on any other time throughout the year. You got a chance for all the out-of-staters coming in with their going to see a game with their dad who can do it once a year as opposed to
That's what I did.
Yeah, and I think it's a missed opportunity if they either just don't play a game, or if they do choose to schedule a game that it's down in Nashville, where some Western Kentucky folks might make that drive down and do that, but I think you're going to just miss a large swath of people who really enjoy that game over the Thanksgiving break. And I don't know. I think it's a missed opportunity. So if they can schedule one, I do hope that it's over the Thanksgiving holiday. West Virginia would be preferred, but even if it's another cupcake, I'd like to see them just get one more extra game in there and not have a 12-day break and a 3-week break between Rupp games.
Yeah, I totally agree. Adam, I totally appreciate you for coming on and talking with us. We'll have you on again sometime soon. And we'll take a break. Second hour of Kentucky Roll Call coming up on Big X Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Pete.
All right. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you.
See you. Yep.
See you. All right. We come back from the break. We will talk a little bit about the Home Run Derby yesterday and it being on Netflix. Want to know people's thoughts on that. And then we'll talk a little bit about the World Cup. It's not, I don't know, I have it on there as one of the main topics, but I don't know that we will talk too in depth about it. Excited for one of the biggest rivalry games in all of sports, Argentina, England, in the semifinal tomorrow. I don't even know what time that game is.
3 o'clock.
Why are they doing this, Trevor? I mean,
because God hates us.
Is it God or FIFA? Like, what? Why is it that when it's in South Africa, the big games are still at 3 p.m. our time, and then when it's here, it's 3 p.m. our time. Like, I thought we would get prime time games. Argentina, what time is it right now in Argentina? What's the time difference there?
Well, I know England's 5 hours ahead of us, so it'll be 8 o'clock there.
It's 2 o'clock Argentinian time, so they're an hour ahead of us. So
that's it? Oh, you mean behind us?
So,
or you mean do it now? Okay, I got you. My bad.
So it will be 4 p.m. their time.
Yeah, 8 p.m. England, and then today's game.
England.
I think Spain is like 5 hours as well, 5 or 6, and then France is around 5 or 6 hours. I mean, all that in Europe is usually between like 4 and 6 hours ahead.
And here's what people are saying: like, well, the fans in the United States, they don't care as much. Well, the fans over in England care enough for both of us. If you put that game at 11 p.m., they're all going to watch it anyway. They're all going to. They stayed up at 2 a.m. to watch the game against Mexico.
Oh yeah, they'll say, I think their mindset is like FIFA's like, you know what? We let you have your player back for the Belgium game, so now we're just going to be like, fuck you and your. Sorry, didn't mean to curse for the listeners, but we're gonna bleep you and put the games at 3:00 now.
It's all right. We're on YouTube. We're all good.
I know. I just wasn't sure if there was still like an etiquette for like for KSR or whatever.
We try not to do it that much, but every once in a while it'll slip.
I don't want Matt calling me and like yelling at me and stuff.
Did that ever happen to you?
Matt, I think one time when we were doing a show together, he went over something and I got yelled at, and I was like, "Well, he told me to do it." Just like I'd only been doing. We both have only been at the station for like 6 months, and he got mad at me. Or there was one time I defended Rick Bozich, and he really got pissed.
He got mad at you for defending Rick Bozich? That's funny.
Yeah, I can't remember. Him and Rick were arguing about something. We're talking almost 20 years ago, so I can't remember. But other than that, I just didn't. I've never had Matt's always been friendly with me. I like Matt.
Ooh, we got a statement from La Familia about Reed Travis.
Are you all eliminated from the alumni now, by the way?
Well, that's an interesting point, Trevor. Here's the thing. The TBT knows they got to have Kentucky in this thing.
Well, yeah.
So couldn't Twani Beckham just say, I'm a player coach, and just never play?
It's a great question, actually. I'm curious why he hasn't thought about that at this point already. Well, anyway,
maybe he has now. Maybe he's like, all right, that's probably what we're just going to have to do.
I mean, 20's still in good shape. He can probably play.
What about, is there not another big that, like Ty Wynyard? What's he doing? He's like 6'9". He can't be.
What about the three-legged dude, Winyon Gabriel?
Okay. He's like, what was he, 6'8" or 6'7"? 6'7".
Well, it depends. I mean, he's 6'8".
Yes, 6'9". He's 6'9", wingspan 7'1", and anything.
Oh, we're calling it wingspan now, huh?
Yeah, 9'3". The remote control. That's.
Somebody texted the Rutherford show today and asked us if we thought had the biggest Winyon Gabriel on the team. We're like, I don't know.
That is a weird question.
Yeah, well, that's what you get on the Rutherford show.
I still like that he put. Okay, yeah, all right, we'll come.
We're coming. Music's playing now.
You personally, I think we ain't doing it.
With Walker and Peak.
Welcome back to Kentucky Roll Call here on Big X Sports Radio. I'm Stephen Peak. I am live in Lexington, Kentucky today on KSR Takeover Tuesday. Trevor Kelsey back at the station doing the producing. And Trevor, it is so hot up here. I'm sweating. I'm just sitting here sweating. It's really uncomfortable.
I'm worried what I would be like if I was in that room because, I mean, that's not good. You don't look like you're sweating, though. Lift up your arms. Oh yeah, never mind. There's Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter.
Woo! I'm telling you, dude. It is very steamy up here. Not a big fan of it, but we're gonna get through it. We got another hour. Actually, Trevor, I probably have to like get out of here at like 1. I'm trying to stay as late as I can, like 1:52. I'm going to have to tear all this down and get in my car and get over to the Joe Kraft Center where we'll be talking with the folks who.
For what it's worth, I've got interning in here with me. We can always always do the bleep, shoot the bleep.
All right. Yeah. All right. That works. We're going to go over and talk.
I guess I could ask him, but he's an intern, so he didn't get in. He
just got to tell him. Anyway. Yep. Gotta tell him.
Like...
and it's unpaid. Is he unpaid intern?
It doesn't matter. Aren't we all technically?
Yes. Sometimes. Yeah, it is.
He's not even listening to me. He's got earpods and watching TikTok. He doesn't even know what I'm talking
about. That's perfect. La
Uh,
Familia put out a statement just a few minutes ago. They said, unfortunately, we found out just 24 hours before Reed Travis was scheduled to fly to Lexington for the basketball tournament that he can no longer compete. We had our first practice Monday and are confident in the group we have. We're excited to compete in TBT. This is a big blow for them. I hated hearing that news yesterday because I actually did think that this team could go win it. And now you're really going to be playing some small ball because Willie Cauley-Stein is 7 foot and he's the only guy you got. I mean, it's great having a 7 foot Willie Cauley-Stein, but he was gassed at the end of games last year.
Well, how old is Willie now? Is he got to be
good question.
Early 30s, maybe late 20s?
Oh no, I think he's older than that.
I can't remember what year he came out. Was he 14?
He's 32.
Okay, so he's just
not,
I mean,
yeah, like he should have a little bit of a motor, but I noticed last year, and I don't know if you saw the game last year that they lost, but they were Eberline Drive or whatever was the team they were playing against. Anyways, Kentucky needs 2 more points in the Elam inning to win the game. Willie Cauley-Stein gets fouled, and then he says he's hurt, so he doesn't have to shoot the free throws. They have Archie Goodwin shoot them, and he misses the second one, and then Eberline Drive hits a 3 and wins it.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, well, Willie Cauley-Stein was huffing and puffing there towards the end.
Nah.
He was a little gassed, and I don't know how much mileage you can get out of him every game. So it's gonna fall to Chris Coffey's gonna have to play center, and I'm looking at Louisville's roster, and they, as we've talked about before, they got some height. Let's see who they got. Montrezl Harrell. I mean, how old is Montrezl now?
I think he's right there with Willie. I think he's in his early 30s.
Okay, and then you got
he's been playing
6'11".
He was playing over in. I think he's actually more 6'9", but okay.
Jalen Johnson at 7'2", Malik Williams at 6'11". I mean,
hold on. Did you say Jalen Johnson at 7'2"?
That's what they have him here.
Withers is 6'7", maybe 6'8" with really big shoes. I'm trying to remember Jalen Johnson. I don't remember Jalen Johnson being 7.
That's so crazy. He was 6'9" when he played at Louisville, but he grew he grew 5 inches.
I think that's either a typo or they're just trying to mess with people.
I don't believe he grew 5 inches since he got out of college.
That's like me when I put on my license. I weigh 275. Okay.
Okay.
Neither one of those things are possibly in the realm of human nature. I mean, it's not happening.
Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Ray Spalding, Does that sound right? 6'11" though.
Well, he's more 6'9". He's got a long wingspan though, but
why are we doing?
Well, I mean, you're how old, and you just now realizing that no one tells the truth on their heights when it comes to players.
5 inches is a lot. 5 inches is a lot, though, Trevor.
Well, I wish some ladies would think that, but I agree.
I do. As soon as
you said it, I couldn't help it. You laid it right there on the tee. If I didn't swing and I struck out on a tee ball, that would just be insulting. Okay. That would be the I would say the peak of my athletic career, but that would be maybe a bad pun at this point. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Between Kerr and Travis, granted both different reasons, if you're the La Familia, am I pronouncing that correct?
Yes.
La Familia. If you're the family, which one are you more peeved at for the way they have exited in both ways, the timing.
I mean, obviously Kirk Risa, but the one I'm more disappointed in is Reed Travis because they could win this without Kerr, but without Reed, that's going to make it a lot tougher.
I mean, Kerr has, definitely a better excuse. I would say that. I mean, not that Travis's back isn't a legitimate issue. I'm not calling him out on that.
Are you thinking that maybe Reed isn't being completely 100% honest about his back issue?
I feel like he's kind of like when I used to work retail and he was sitting at home and he was like, oh, I gotta head to work. I either do this TBT thing. Man, I just got the new college football game on the PlayStation.
You think that's what he'd rather play PlayStation?
My buddy just restocked. I think you know what? My back has been bugging me a little bit. I think I'm gonna pass. I mean, it's not like what.
It is.
Where did Reed Travis play last?
When did he play last, or where?
Either, I guess.
That is a good question. I'll find that info. But okay, so let's see. You're playing what? You could play 3, 4, 5. You could play 6 games. I mean, I guess that is kind of a commitment there. But
he's not even in town in the game. The thing starts in a week.
Yeah,
have y'all not been practicing? Today. Oh, he was supposed to. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
So his last team that he played for is, good luck pronouncing this, and it was in 2025. The Kaohsiung Aquas. This is a Chinese basketball team. They're a Taiwanese professional basketball team.
And that's where Montrez was playing over in China, I believe, before he failed a drug test. So they apparently, they're not. Unlike majority of states in this country, they have not accepted that yet over there. Amazingly, but true. I think with that anime, they'd be all over it, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I just
the size is going to be an issue for this Kentucky team, for this La Familia team going up against Louisville. But
who's your second guy after Willie?
It's going to be Chris Coffey. I think he's listed as 6'8", but who knows? He could be 6'4". I mean, I
don't even know who that is.
He played for.
Are you sure not Nick Coffey?
I was hoping they had Nick Coffey. He played at Georgetown College, and he's played most recently in Greece. They also have James Minor Bell, who's 6'5". Khalil Whitney's 6'7", and then Liggins is 6'6". Andrew Harrison is 6'6". It's gonna be. They have way too many guards. I mean, they are low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guards.
Coach Ty said, "Yeah, and I'm 6'2". Coach Ty, I'm 6'3". I know you ain't 6'2". Even though I went to a doctor, and I don't know, maybe I know this is possible. Like we joked about this yesterday, where we talked about you didn't know you could. I thought you at one time you had to be born with something like lactose and you can develop it. I was always 6'3" flat, no shoes for so long, like since I was like 7th grade. Like by the way, smoking does stunt growth. And when I went to the doctor, the most recent visit I did, they said I was like 6'2.25". Like I've shrunk a little bit. Like that. I mean, I wasn't in a cold pool or anything, but I've gotten another type of shrinkage, and I don't like that. Like that was like my biggest I should be growing. Like I'm growing in width, but not in height. Like what's the deal with that? Can someone shrink at this? I mean, I'm only 46, right? I mean, I know it's hard to believe when you see me. Yeah, I shouldn't be shrinking at this point yet. I thought you didn't shrink to like you're 80.
Huh. That's something to look up. That's kind of piqued my interest a little bit.
Hey, there you go. Nice pun.
Yeah.
That concerned me. I don't know why I brought that. You talking about heights? That was because I think when I played my illustrious St. Matthews / freshman year Wagner High School basketball, I claimed to be 6'4". So, and I was only 6'3". I don't know why. I just wanted to be able to lie like everyone else, I guess.
Yeah. Well, why do they lie on these things? Because it's like, who is it for? Who are they lying for? Is it for the fans to be like, yeah, this guy's 7 foot? Well, he's only 6'7", but who are? I never understood why they embellish it. Like, are you wearing like elevator shoes? Why are we? Because you're gonna get measured at the combine. Everyone, like, you're not fooling anyone that really matters.
No, I mean, how many times? I mean, I don't think there's ever been a combine where a player's gone and they've measured the exact height that they're quote unquote listed at by their university.
It makes no sense. They're going to figure it out.
It's never happened. I can only assume that it goes back to the days of lack of scouting. Like, I don't know, like even like 1940s, 50s, even 60s in a way, 70s possibly, where like programs would do it because they know that the team won't like really see them until they see them live. And maybe they were trying to strike fear into them, make them prepare in a different way. That's the only suggestion I can come up with, because otherwise, I mean, why? I mean, you're just kind of like fooling nobody when you do that. Like, right. I mean, a lot of times it's only like an inch or two. I mean, very rarely is it like I remember there was a Louisville player that was a big man that was listed at 6'10", and I was going to interview him, and I mean, there was no way this guy was like he was like 3 inches taller than me. He's like 6'7" maybe at the most, 6'6", with shoes on 6'7". I'm like, dude, 6'10", like seriously? That's like me saying, I weigh 250 pounds, and no one's believing either one of these things. How tall are you? You're about my height, aren't you? You're a little taller than me.
Yeah, I'm like 6'1",
we are now
6'2". I'm not. I think I'm closer to 6'1". Yeah, somebody's texted into the Game Day Mentel text line 502-414-1450, and they said it's because your spine begins to curve. So that makes sense. That kind of makes sense why you. Are we supposed to be walking on our hands? Is that true too? Like, because they say like the reason we have back problems is because we have a clothes hanger and we're using it like a flagpole. Is that actually true, or is that just some pseudoscience stuff that somebody made up to make it?
I mean, what age is you supposed to start curving?
Let us know. I don't know.
That's what I'm curious. I know it. I didn't know why the shrinkage thing was occurring, but like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I do kind of walk with a hunchback, like the Notre Dame guy a little bit. But
Mighty Quinn said, "I'm in my 50s. I've shrunk an inch. Gravity will get you." Is that what it is? Gravity pulling us down? I don't know.
I thought that was only an issue for the ladies.
Usually, yeah. So there's our TBT breakdown. We'll get into the later rounds maybe throughout this week. I'm excited for it. The tickets are selling pretty well. Yesterday I looked at how many tickets were left. There were a lot more. So it does look like people are getting into the TBT spirit. Ooh, another section just went completely out. Section 105 has 4 single tickets available and 4. So that means that section's gone. So
yeah.
There's really.
You said only $30 for those seats. I mean, that's not. I don't think that's too high at all. I mean, and that's coming from me. I mean, that's I think that's not a bad. I mean, $30. I guess if you're too. If you are taking a family of 4, though, that can. I mean, it's what $120, right?
That's how I think about it. When we were working at Louisville City, we were constantly arguing about we gotta bring the prices down because people want to bring their families. And when you do that, I mean, now you're paying for parking. You're paying even $25 a ticket. Now you're at $125, and you haven't even gone to the concession stand yet. So that's why I think it's a little steep. I think that these tickets should be. I don't know what the market says it should be. Obviously, if it still hasn't sold out, shouldn't that tell you the market says it should be a little lower? I would have thought like $15 for the upper deck could have got you in. I think it's better for TBT to have a place that's packed than to make a little bit more money at the gate because, well, I mean, for one, it just looks better on TV, but number two, it just it makes it feel real and the excitement is there. And when people start showing pictures of the full Memorial Coliseum, it does make it more real. You get more people to watch. Nobody's going to tune in and look at. I like during COVID, I didn't want to watch a game with empty seats. It didn't feel like it was real. It felt like we were watching a closed door scrimmage. So, but it looks like the crowd's going to be good, and it probably is going to look pretty good on TV. I'm going into some of the other sections, the lower levels, and there are not very many seats available. And I don't know what the prices are for those, Trevor. Hang on, let's see. Oh, yeah. Trevor, bro, take a guess.
You put out a bro.
Yes.
That tells me that's not a good thing.
Take a guess at how much and I think you're going to know where to go with this. Take the upper level's $33. What do you think a lower level ticket is?
$65.
$143.
Yeah, they are higher than me.
And they are sold out almost. So people are actually buying them for $143.
That's
for $211. You can sit in the front.
I'm sorry.
In the end
didn't
zone.
We talk? I'm sorry. Aren't we supposed to be like using
game?
Aren't we supposed to be using credit cards to buy like groceries these days? I mean,
exactly.
But we have $145 to spend on TV. No. Listen, I'm glad. Good for them. I guess I'm happy.
You get to watch Sean McNeil play. What are you talking about?
The best part about your team is I love Twani. I've known him for so long, and he's a good dude. So I do want to see him do well with this, but I feel bad for him when he's going through with these players, his issues. But
that's right.
Like short of that, that's just like, I mean, no wonder you're selling $30 upper deck and being like, what's the issue? Because you sold out 140. I mean, the lower deck should be $50. The upper deck should be probably 30. And I know I'm not reinventing the wheel here, but maybe do something where it's 30 for an individual, or if you buy 4, you can get them at like 15 each type thing. And to entice people to buy. One of my funniest, I wouldn't say it's funny, but because at the time it was more sad, but maybe it's funny now. I went and saw you being in Nashville. Somebody who lived down in Nashville. When I was in Bowling Green, I went to Titans-Eagles game. I want to say it was 05, 06 or something. McNabb just destroyed his knee the game the week before, which was always fun. But I paid, I think, $35 for my ticket, upper level. By the way, never even made it to my seat. I just stayed in the middle console where you could smoke and watch the game. And I paid $35. I paid $50 to park. Like that's, and the reason I did that was because I did park what I thought was close, but was still a long walk for me because, well, I mean, standing up is a long walk for me. But it just blew my mind that the amount, and that's not the only place. I mean, I've been to multiple sporting events, especially Pacer games, where I've paid as much, if not more, for parking as I did the ticket.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
The World Cup to park your car anywhere near the stadium. I mean, anywhere near the stadium is.
And when you say anywhere, you're talking within like 3 miles, probably.
$150, and
That's insane.
And you know what's crazy? The people working that are taking the money, the $150, those are all volunteers. How does FIFA do this? How do they charge $150 to park anywhere in a 3-mile radius around the stadium and have volunteers working it? It's crazy. But here's another example, Trevor, real quick, of the K-shaped economy, because the $150 to $200 tickets at TBT have sold out, but the $33 tickets haven't. So there's the top 10% earners can afford not just to go to the game, but can afford the way more expensive ticket, like 4 times what they're paying to sit in the upper deck. But the people who would want to sit in the upper deck, they can't even afford the $33 ticket. And I think that's why you see so many. Like, how is it that the $200 tickets have well outsold the $33 tickets?
Now, the ticket, does that count for like the whole tournament?
No, this is one game.
I mean, I could see if you get like that's like a pass, like to go to all the games, like that would be okay. I could see spending maybe that, but I mean, and there's no way you're taking a family at $140 a pop per ticket. There's absolutely in no way. Unless I guess your kids are adults and they're paying their way, but
could be.
I mean, that's
for what
and I don't know how
is,
much.
And I love it, but for what this is, like, this isn't a game against Kansas in Atlanta. Like, what this is the TBT, and I'm very excited about it. But that's not. Let's see. Somebody said at the World Series in LA last year, it cost about $400 to park near Dodger Stadium per Bill Simmons. Insane. That is why I can't wait. Trevor, what are these people going to do when the self-driving cars can just drive themselves back to your house and then or someplace further away and drop you off where you could walk so that you don't have to park your car? It is criminal what they charge, what these places charge to park your car. Like, and this is not me complaining necessarily, but we work the game. I have to go to every single game at Rupp Arena. I have to go. But we have to pay $30 each time. And so, like,
just to
we
park?
don't even get just to park. So $30 comes out, and we can't even expense those every time. So, like, I have to pay $30 every time. And granted, like, again, I'm not complaining. There's way worse things. But it
adds up.
It does. I mean, there's like 20 games. So do the math there. I'll expense them every once in a while, but we're kind of told, like, you can't do it every time. And really what we would do is we park down at Zach Gagan's house, and we would walk all the way to Rupp Arena. So we actually record a show. By the way. Yeah, but he moved. So Zach moved.
Oh.
So now we can't do that anymore. So that means, like, all of us are going to be racking up these $30 charges for every game. And what we'll do, we'll probably meet somewhere like KS Bar or something, and we'll have one person drive over. But yeah, the cost of just leaving your car somewhere is insane. Somebody said 3 years ago, I went to Miami for the Louisville at Miami game. Got 2 tickets, maybe 10 rows behind the bench at the 50-yard line for about $120. It cost nearly $80 to park. That was 3 years ago. That is crazy.
We're not even getting into concession stand costs yet, but that's a bitching for another day, I suppose.
But at least that is that is, you don't have to spend money at the concession stand. You can eat before you go in.
Well,
you don't have to do it, but you have to leave your car there. And somebody said they'll charge a premium for Uber to the stadium is what they'll do, just like they do at airports now, which is true.
I mean, this is like maybe pre-Uber, but like, because I'm not a fan. I've tried Uber one time, and I didn't have a mask, and they just drove off on me. And so I'm anti-Uber for that reason only, for just that one person who made me call a cab for the first time ever in 30 years. But I remember when we were down in New Orleans. I mean, the cost to take cabs and down in 2012 at the Final Four was outrageous to drop us off within still like decent enough walking distance to the Bourbon Street. Because I told you a story like back, you mentioning Zach living in that area. Like, I've told you how I went to so many UK football games back in the day, in 89 through 92, 93-ish roughly. My uncle, who grew up in Lexington, his mother's house, which they sold a few years ago, you could walk to Commonwealth from her house. So that was one of the beautiful things, was we could just go there, hang out at the house. Now, the crazy thing is she still had a tailgating pass right by the east entrance. Like, I mean, you could hit Netherfield, where Netherfield House is now. You could hit it with a rock. It wasn't there at the beginning, and eventually it was when she was still tailgating there. But the fact you could almost, I mean, you didn't have to drive her car. She did. She had a van just for tailgating. But that was always a fun memory for me. What's the most you've ever spent on a parking to park somewhere? At
$30 or whatever.
Wow.
It is, 28, 29, whatever it is.
You're an amateur, man.
I found places when we go to Kentucky football.
You'll walk.
Games, yeah, we found places like a mile and a half away, and we walked, because my dad was never going to pay for parking, and I don't like paying for parking either. There are times when it's like, and also the other reason I don't like parking close to the stadium or arenas, especially if I'm not covering the game and I'm just going to it, I don't like that I have to sit in traffic to exit the place. So
yeah, it
I'd
can be a
rather walk
pain.
and get to a place where I can get out. Real quick,
Now,
Trevor, did you watch the home run derby last night?
I did not. It does make me curious by your headline of following our conversation yesterday. What was so thrilling about?
Did you watch
Like
it? Did you watch the highlights or know about it or anything?
No, I barely remembered it was even on. This baffles me because yesterday we talked about how, like, who cares about this? There's no reason to watch it. It's on Netflix, blah, blah, blah. And here I am, like, I went and did some pool laps last night. I get out. I got, like, a thread between you and Coach Ty, who's making fun of me, by the way, on the text line, but that's okay. I deserve it. And you're on there, and you guys are on there talking about home. You're on there, like, promoting it. Like you work for the PR department of MLB, and I'm like, where the bleep did this come from? Like, and now I see like thrilling home run derby last night. Like, what alternate universe did I wake up into today? Like, what is going on here?
Well,
you piqued my interest.
For one, they got rid of the clock. I hated that because, for one, you want to see the majestic home runs. And so they would just they were doing like a split. In the years past, they were doing a split screen where you would see a close-up of the guy swinging, and then on the other side of the split screen, it would show where the ball is going because the next pitch was coming in right away. And so they got rid of that. It's 20 swings and you're done. When you get to your final out, you can hit home runs all day, but
okay, so that was where we were confused.
To watch, I want to see the ball go far. I want to follow the ball. Now, one thing Netflix just goes out and they just try stuff. Like let's just try a drone shot through the signage as he's hitting the ball. Let's see if that looks good, and it doesn't. But they're just out there just trying things. Like, we don't really do broadcast, and it shows. That's kind of their motto, but. It was good. I don't like that it's on Netflix. I just know that we're going to a point where, like, we are.
Did it have commercials?
It did have commercials, yeah, and it still had the little countdown timer on the.
Like, what if I pay for non-commercial Netflix? I don't want to. I'm sorry.
Just stay at the stadium. Just do something.
Well, I mean, yeah. Show me. If not, I want $3 off my subscription this month. Like, that's one of the things
Trevor,
that's BS, man. That's total BS.
There's going to be a day where some streaming service pays for the Super Bowl. Like, we can sell the ad space. We can sell the $3 million for every 30 seconds. We can do it on our platform, and we're going to do it here. And it's kind of an ego thing to have the Super Bowl on your streaming platform.
It's not going to. I would say not. I'd like to use the quote, not in my lifetime, but then someone will be like, well, that doesn't mean like, that means like 10 years at least down the road only.
I don't want but I'm just telling you.
It's not. I'm telling you. I don't think we again. This is like a peek into the no pun intended into the text thread last night where I don't think you grasp like the majority of Americans don't have cable or use streaming. Like it's free TV. Therefore, the ad space that ABC and CBS, like the NFL, and we've seen the NFL do this already, and we've seen NBA do it to a degree, and NHL as well. Like they're gonna throw like Bezos and Netflix, they're going to let them eat cake in so many ways and give them certain games, even a playoff game. We've seen, the NFL do that.
Yes.
But when it comes to like the championship level, whether it be AFC, NFC, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, whatever NHL calls it, the Smite Trophy, I don't know. And then the Super Bowl, no, maybe you're right one day, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
What they'll do is they'll just make it to where like you get a week free. All you have to do is sign up and you'll get the week.
Well, then how are you going to? I mean, that's just not. That's a gimmick that's been used before. That's not again reinventing the wheel, but
no, but that's what they're going to do, and then they'll get the viewers because they know if you don't have a smart TV, you're just going to go to a watch party anyways and watch it. So like they know that they'll get their subscriptions, and they know a lot of people won't cancel, and they'll get a ton more money. They'll make so much money from it.
I mean,
I don't want it to happen. I just think it's going to because
maybe, but not. I give you 25 years at best.
Oh, it might be a little while, but it's gonna happen. And maybe like when it does, it'll be a time when everybody has some type of. I would like to know how many people have a smart TV or like a Roku or something to that effect.
Like I'd say less than 15% of Americans, probably.
Really?
20 maybe.
That low? Huh.
I mean, you got to remember how many people just have basic television still. I would say easily 55 to 60%, or at worst maybe, just use basic television because it's free. I mean, and you get more channels than you used to back then, and you only get just the 4 or 5, whatever it was.
61. We already know the answer to this. You ready for this?
What is it? Yeah.
61%. I'm sorry. 61% of internet households use a smart TV as their primary.
Well, I'm not.
So that's a little. There, approximately 88% of households own at least one internet-connected TV or smart TV. That's 88%.
What's percentage?
88.
That have internet, that have a smart TV.
That with at least one internet-connected TV or smart TV. So
I can say I fall in the minority of that. I don't have a smart TV. Do you?
I do, but you don't have like a Roku or Apple TV, something that.
Oh, I do have a Roku. I have 3 Rokus actually.
Okay, well that's what they consider that as like a smart TV or smart.
Well, Roku
TV
was like
$15.
I mean, yeah, I've got 3 of them.
Most people have something like that where they can live stream, and that's why they're going to do it.
Unlike the majority of the probably a basic, I have still regular cable TV. I have a cable box, and they raised it. I've been with Spectrum Insight, whatever it is. I'm going to call them on blast here for this for a second. I've been with this company, whatever the name has been for like, I don't know, God knows how many years, to the point where the account is still my grandmother's name because they told me I had to bring a death certificate and show them in person to switch names. So I was like, screw that. So it's still in her name, even though everything else is like the bills in mine, the credit cards, everything yada yada is in my name. So. But they still charge me. I think I paid $28 for a DVR box a month now, and I have like 4 TVs. I'm not putting 4 DVR boxes. That's outrageous. I have 2 DVR boxes, and the other ones I want to have $15, put Roku on them, and boom, bam, I get everything. I mean, I just stream that on my bedroom TV and in the living room TV.
Yeah, that's what.
We have what we call the den.
So the home run derby last night, Jordan Walker. It was a thrilling finish. He was able to take down Kyle Schwarber.
And well, I had to make you mad.
He rallied and hit 6 home runs. Yeah, he's the first Cardinal to ever win the home run derby. It was exciting. I enjoyed it. My wife and I stayed up and watched it. Probably the first home run derby I've watched all the way through in a decade. So that shows how good.
So you're hooked now. You're back on home run derby bandwagon.
I'll tune in again next year. But there's our home run derby coverage. What's that?
Is the All-Star game on Tubu tonight?
Yeah, it's on Tubi. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's on Crackle.
I will have it on. I do remember Crackle. Yeah, it's on Omegle tonight. So I'm gonna I'll have it on. I don't know how much I'll be like locked in and tuned into it, but what a big missed opportunity for TBT. They should have tipped off last night because there was no other sports. There was no Major League Baseball game. There was no NBA. There was no NHL. There was no NFL. No MLS. No World Cup. But they'll be tipping off on Saturday. Okay, we have we'll do a little World Cup.
There's no World Cup on Saturday either.
We will also have.
There is,
yeah. There's a third place.
That's right. Yeah, the third place game. Yeah.
It's South End Josh's favorite. So we will next segment, Trevor. I have 2 crazy stories to talk about. We're gonna kind of do extra time a little early today because I got to get out of here. So we'll come back. We'll do that. Maybe we'll talk a little World Cup if we have time because these other stories might take up. I think I know I sent you one of them earlier today. Just another Florida man story, and we have to talk about it. Yeah. So we'll do that when we come back. You're listening to Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio.
Morning wake-up call on Big X Sports.
All right.
You awake over there?
Break, and then Trevor, I'll probably just to make sure I get over there in time. I'm gonna get out of here at 1:52. I won't toss. Do you want me to toss?
Hold on one second. Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying, bud?
I'm going to have to get out of here at like 1:52ish.
Okay, that's fine.
Just to make sure. Do you want me to toss to a break, like an early break, or
no? I can send you in. Ian, you can go. I'll point Ian to the other room. Ian, are you listening to this?
Yeah.
He's not listening. You wonder why I don't want kids. He's got to leave a little early, so we're gonna do like the last few minutes of KRC into the 2 o'clock to 2:30 spot. Okay. You want to go in there now?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, he's going in there now.
I guess.
Cool.
I guess he doesn't like me. He wants to get out of the room.
Well, I just like talking.
Yeah, I know. Boy, Ian loves that cologne.
We do. That's a good text. There you go, Coach Ty, and then the other one in there. We can talk about those. But yeah, so there's the first story, the Florida guy story. We're gonna talk about that one, and then that's a wild one. And then you know what? The other one.
That'll probably take That'll take all of our time, probably, dude.
It probably will.
Yeah.
But the other one, yeah, I want to tell you what the other one is, and it's actually I don't even know if I want to talk about it because California got hit with an earthquake yesterday, and now they're worried that it has stressed the fault San Andreas fault line enough.
Where was it? Northern? Where was it in California?
90 miles from Los Angeles.
Oh, 90s, north or south?
That's a good question. It didn't say.
Well, south would almost be San Diego.
But it is Southern California. So
yeah.
I
was actually in. I was in. Was it? Yeah, not. I think it's not Utopia. What's the name of that town? It begins with an E. It's in Northern California. I was there when they got hit by an earthquake a couple years ago. It's the only time I've ever been somewhere where an earthquake was occurring. Freaked me to bleep out. I want to tell you that much. Even though I really didn't feel. It didn't feel like a big thing. I didn't even know how big it was until I read about it. But
hey, do you think Mitch McConnell's photo is fake?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think I care enough to think about it that hard.
He was holding the newspaper, and the metadata from it did say that it was taken on Sunday.
Yeah, but I know people have like claimed it was like a doctored picture or something like that. I don't know.
You know what would have helped? And maybe it doesn't even help. Oh, also, there you go. So this the newspaper that they found the front page of the Washington Post, and that was that day's newspaper. I think it was probably real.
I mean, sure. I mean, he's alive. I mean, what are we like debating on, like the celebration of a man's death, possibly? Yes or no?
Well,
I mean,
I think that it's like
kind of morbid even for me.
Yeah, I think that it's like, is he even like conscious right now? I think is what.
Has he ever been? But
has he been in the last 10 years? I mean, I don't know.
Not really.
But
all right, we got about 15 seconds or so.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to a little Cat Stevens because I'm in a hippie jam mood. You can tell when I make the music at like 2 a.m. Good.
All right, welcome back to Kentucky Roll Call here on Big X Sports Radio. I'm Stephen Peak, and I'm live in Lexington, Kentucky, getting ready for TBT Media Day. Trevor Kelsey back at the studio. I know Trevor's also excited for TBT, mostly what we've been talking about today. But
got the Kraken shirt.
The Kraken. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's Kraken. See,
all right,
we keep it cracking, crack-a-lacking.
So with me having to head out before we can get to extra time, which is where we do some of the weird stories from around the world, we'll go ahead and jump ahead to that. So, Trevor,
I like how this is our weird version, like compared to the normalcy of the rest of the show.
You'll see why. If you haven't listened to extra time before, you're about ready to find out what the topics are typically about. So, also, is this Jack Pilgrim right here walking in? Jack Pilgrim, welcome. We just had him on the show. He's walking in.
I was going to say, is he stalking you? Because that'd be kind of cool.
So Jack gets to hear. Jack maybe can offer his opinion on this. So a Florida man is guilty of having sex with a vacuum cleaner outside his home near Disney World.
Jack, where were you last weekend?
You got any hot takes on this? A Florida man was found guilty today of having sex with a vacuum cleaner outside a home in a gated resort community near Disney World. Kevin Westerhold, 51, entered a no contest plea to indecent exposure in connection with the incident earlier this year at the Windsor Hills Resort in Kissimmee.
Hold on, was he outside when he did it?
Yes. Yes, he's
because I didn't know it was illegal to have sex with an inanimate object. Because if that was the case,
it is if you are in public. He
Oh,
continued to
okay.
penetrate the handheld section of the vacuum before using it to suction his testicles for further sexual gratification, the paper says.
You know, I don't know if you know this. I once dated a dustbuster in middle school. That's what did Jack say?
Definitely belongs in Florida. Yeah, this is the most Florida man. A detective provided
Well-
this play-by-play. That's crazy. That's what it is.
I will say this for the Florida man. If he goes to jail, at least he won't need the vacuum anymore. I will say I'll give him that. I don't know. This like we've
gave
all
cops doorbell video footage that recorded Westerhold naked in a shared hallway. That is wild to do that in broad daylight.
well opposed to doing it in your own home.
There's no drugs. There was no drugs associated with this. This was what he does sober.
Well, no drugs, yeah, except for the ecstasy.
Can they not detect that? Does that not show up in the?
I don't know. Well, I think it. Well, or it depends on when he was tested. Cocaine can be out of your system within like 12 hours.
Okay, so it could be that.
It could be, which maybe the vacuum was helping with the limpness. Everyone knows like the old like I don't know if it's a wives' tale or not, but like of the using the vacuum for the hickey. We've all like the movie Scary Movie. You know, I mean, seen the the mock. And, you know, I made a dustbuster joke, which is not really a joke. It's true, but it's not here or there. Like I don't know. I just never like. Do you know anybody? Did you be honest? This we're in a safe place. When Peak was a kid, did Peak ever look at the Hoover and go, does that really work?
That never crossed my mind as a kid or an adult or probably ever. That doesn't seem like that would be that.
Well, it must be nice to have an Emmy and look cute, but you know, some of us are a little desperate at times.
This is a wild thing, and also that it would be no one would know about this. No one would know about Kevin Westerhold and what he's into. They wouldn't know what his thing is.
Well, they know what his thing looks like now.
If he did this in the privacy of his own home, but he's outside in a gated resort community near Disney World. It is kind of.
He's got people parking in his apartment to walk to Disney World because they don't want to pay for parking, and they're getting a show of their own. I mean, he's in a gated community. Maybe he felt like he was allowed to, you know, long inside.
Is that what they allow for in the?
I don't know. The only time I was in a gated community was a completely different scenario. So, I've never actually lived in an apartment gated community. I don't know. Does it say? This might be the dumbest question, which I don't know if there is one. Does it say what kind of vacuum it was?
That's.
Are we talking like
but I don't know if it's the same one.
Because I'm assuming it has to come with like the dust utensil, the tubing. Because I mean, I feel like if you just use the vacuum, the bottom part that you do that would be painful, right? Like that. I don't think that would work.
Yeah. See, you want me to?
What's wrong with your hand? I mean, come on, dude. I mean, if you're just trying to like avoid like the same, you know, over and over of the right, then sit on your left hand, let it go to sleep, and use that. We call that stranger in a tub.
And this is why people listen to Extra Time. This is it for these kind of.
This is why I was fired once before. This is why he's not allowed within 50 yards of a school or a Chuck E. Cheese. No, this is. I've never. I can hand, and this might be shocking to some. Hand to God, I have never, and not just Argentina scoring a goal against England in '86.
Hand of God, yeah.
I've never used a machine, whether it be a vacuum, a flashlight, or any other utensil. I don't know.
Good for you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Give it up for Trevor. Okay, Trevor,
what can I say? I'm old school, okay? Like I see those the fake ones you can buy. Like I don't get that.
Street cats were running for their lives.
I mean,
quit giving gated communities a bad name. I live in one, and no, Trevor, no vacuums were used over here. Is what somebody said.
Like if someone was walking, take their trash out, and that's what they saw. Like I was blown away. I used to live in Rolling Hills on Westport Road, and one day I was coming outside, and I found like a used condom on like the stairwell in our building, and that was like what the bleep is going on in here? Like I can only imagine walking out my door and finding a dude getting sliding in the home on a Hoover. Like that would just I don't. Do you call how did you call the cops? I mean, like I almost just want to be like snap a picture and go inside and post it on Twitter and be like, look what's going on. Like I don't even know if I would even call the cops on the guy. I might even just go like and be like, dude, here's some some Vaseline.
Well, it's that would make for an awkward phone call, I think. And
awkward conversation. Like, excuse me, what are you doing? Like, can you get the carpet over here when you're done? I don't know how that works. What do you say to somebody? What, Pete? You walk out of your house and you see that in your front lawn. What do you do?
I walk right back inside, and I never talk to the person again. I don't call anyone. I just go back inside, and then I go about my day. You
don't peek out the window again.
There. I mean, no, I'm done. I'm done going outside for a while. I think that's.
I don't know if it's a mental health. You can just be horny. I mean, it's. I don't know. That's
got to be something. There's got to be something there. Okay.
I don't know. Again, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do like freaky stuff.
All right, because I gotta go soon. Let me get your picks real fast for the World Cup today, kicking off in about an hour 12. Actually, we know it'll kick off at 3. That's the best thing about soccer. When they say 3 p.m., they mean the ball is being kicked at 3 p.m.
They count down.
Yeah, 3 p.m. France, Spain. Who do you got? Who is going to play for a World Cup final?
I'm gonna go. Maybe it's a hater in me, but I'm just going to root for Spain. But I think France will win, but I'm rooting for Spain, but I think France is going to win.
Well, I am just getting so sick of France being in the Champions League.
Oh, it's annoying.
So let's just go through real fast. They qualified in 1998 after not qualifying for 2 straight World Cups. They were the champions in 1998. They were runners up in 2006. They were champions.
That was the headbutt year, right?
Yes, it was. They were runners up in 2022. So if they win today, that would make it 5 of the last 8 World Cups that France has been in the championship game. Or sorry. Yeah, no, championship game. That's right.
Yeah,
5 times.
And the history is not as deep as other sport. Now it goes back 1930, but every 4 years you get a limited history. I can't do the math. That's the only thing that can compare to that would be like Pele's Brazil run, I think, where they win like 3 and like 4 attempts.
Have 5. I think they have 5 World Cups. I think.
Yeah, but Pele won 3 in the 70s, it was like what 3? He won 3 out of 4 years that he went there, 4 attempps, I believe. So he might not have been on the 3rd one actually. He was on 2 of them, I know though.
It is crazy because with France, but also the Brazil won it in '94, were runners up in '98, and won it in '02. They haven't made the semifinals even since then. And you're right. They also won in they won in '58, they won in '62, and they won in '70. So they won 3 of 4. But I'm just sick of seeing France. I don't want to see Argentina in the finals. We saw them in 2014.
Oh, I hate Argentina. They're my Cowboys now. I don't know what it is. I think I know. Listen, I told a friend this the other day. I was like, it's hard because I want to hate Messi, but he is good.
No,
so
I like him. I like him.
It's kind of hard to hate, but then I watched him do the thing where
then
I watched the thing where like against Switzerland, he just jumps into the guy to get a foul. And it's the flopping Messi. And I'm like, that's why it's easy to hate Messi, because he's a flopper half the time. And he doesn't have to be. Like SJ flops because he's not actually that good. Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
Come at me.
Well, that's highly debatable.
But Messi doesn't. Yeah, but Messi doesn't need to flop, all right? But he still doesn't. It annoys me. And Argentina, as I've told you, I feel like they can't ever get a win without there being some kind of, I don't want to say asterisk, but like, oh yeah, but they had with the second yellow card in the Switzerland guy, or whether it be whatever hand of God in '86, guitar just in general that entire World Cup in 2022. I feel like there's always something kind of marred with Argentina. There's the butt at the end of it, and Game of Thrones told us sometimes it doesn't matter what you say, all before the butt. But that's how. And it's England. Listen, I've said it. I told you. I think I told you this in the text. The stars have lined up, my friend. 60 years since their last World Cup.
Yep.
40 years since Hand of God.
Yep.
Argentina lifetime is 6-0 in this round. So it's bound to be something's bound to snap. And the most important thing
7-0. I mean,
oh no, the most important thing for England. 250 years since we kicked them out of this country. They're coming back on the anniversary to win their first World Cup.
Okay.
Everything, the stars have aligned for the three lions. Not since a lion in Game of Thrones has dominated like the Lannisters. The three lions will get their second championship this year. Write it down. Yeah.
England made the semifinals in 2018, and I think they lost to France in that one. So England,
Probably.
Argentina, you're picking England to win?
I'm picking England to win. Hey, there's still.
Okay.
I'm still. Did you ever check to see if anybody left in your KRC Final Four?
I didn't. I have to go back and listen.
You said that like.
Well, I have France. I think I had France.
I think you did.
So yeah.
You had Netherlands winning it though.
I did.
But I can't remember who you had the Netherlands beating.
That was such a long time ago. I guess they had them beating France.
I know. I still got England around, and I had them losing to the USA in the championship, but I still got England. I'm still again. And I'm the only person on this side of the pond that actually doesn't hate England for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I pull against them until they make it this far, and then I'm like, just go ahead and just do it. Just you made it to the semifinals. Go ahead and just win it. Why not?
You're a
Just
Cubs
win it.
fan. They're like the Cubs of World Cup.
They kind of are. I mean, this is their sport, and they haven't won it in 60 years. And they have the best league in the world in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They should win it once every 60 years. So this is their chance to do it. Probably. I mean, I want to see new teams. I would love it if it's Spain and England. I mean, Spain played in the World Cup final in 2010. No, I mean, like Wisconsin guy, Sir Harry of Kane. Harry Kane, I pulled for him for a long time when he was at Tottenham, so I won't mind seeing him raise the trophy. And also, too, the British press who have bashed this World Cup and of course, the Balogun decision. I don't know if you saw that today, but Balogun came out and said basically what we were all thinking after the United States got stomped 4-1 to Belgium. He said you could tell in the locker room that after I was eligible how nervous the players were. Well, if everybody could tell, maybe we shouldn't have played them. But also, why? They were falling to the pressure of the international soccer community, and really not even international, just European. But anyways, I digress.
I mean, England's still without England's going to be without their second game without their player, and I haven't heard them make a peep about.
He'll be available for the third place game, right? So.
Oh well, that's a consolation prize in its own right, I guess.
Yeah, but the English press who have bashed this World Cup for no reason, while the rest of Europe has said for the most part this has been very successful. For one, we didn't have to build stadiums and cause a bunch of people to die in the process, and two, we have shown that we have embraced this sport more than we ever have, and so I think it would cap it all off if the overly critical British press would see the three Lions win it. And they would go, yeah, the USA put on a great tournament, and it should come back here more often. And I think if you can get them on board with that. I mean, look,
if they lose, though, they're going to bash us some more. They're going to blame us for it. They're
exactly. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Absolutely.
They're going to take it out on poor Teddy Lasso.
There's that. Hey, Jack, what time do we need to leave?
Y'all probably need to head out. It's 55, man.
Okay. Real quick, have you had any problems with explosive diarrhea lately?
Well, yesterday wasn't my best day because I had White Castle on Sunday, but
it wasn't because of produce, right?
No. Well, again, I don't eat lettuce. I only smoke it, so I don't eat tomatoes. I don't eat. I do like beans. I don't know whatever falls under produce. Anything, I eat everything plain. I'm the pickiest fat guy you'll ever meet when it comes to food. Meat and cheese only.
I am avoiding all salads for as long as this thing's going around. You will not. The
Florida guy's going to be doing the same thing when he gets to jail.
It's true. I mentioned on the show yesterday that when I was in Cincinnati, I had a taco and it had lettuce on it, and so I'm like, why did I do that? Why?
Why?
I mean,
why?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, but it's been a few days. I know it could be up to a week that you may not show symptoms, and some people don't show symptoms at all. They pass it, and they don't even get nothing. But the cases are rising of this cyclosporiasis, however you want to pronounce it. They call it explosive diarrhea, and that sounds like no fun for me, Trevor. And so, I'm keeping. It's not like contagious person to person. So I think if you just avoid eating lettuce and if you're cooking your vegetables, and because I don't think washing them does anything. So. I'm just a little quick PSA to cook your vegetables and avoid the explosive diarrhea.
I want to tell people when COVID happened and everybody had to stay indoors, people mocked and laughed when I was said, this is nothing for me. I've been training for this my whole life. I'm about just staying inside, having things delivered, not going out. This is like my Super Bowl. Again, you have to avoid lettuce and vegetables. I've been training for this for 46 years, people. Like I know how to avoid these items. This is nothing new to me. This is, you're like asking Bob Cousy to hit a free throw. Like it's just going to happen. It's automatic, baby. I know.
So they said the cases have reached 7,000, which sounds like a lot, but again, I mean, you're talking about
7,000, really? I mean,
it's not that, nationwide. That's not that many.
No, that's not anything at all.
So I wonder how. I mean, it's like and that's the other thing too. Those are confirmed cases. There's a lot of people who are just dealing with this at home. They're not getting.
They don't want to call and admit that they haven't got up the.
Well,
they're praying to the porcelain gods.
I think you need to get an antibiotic to kill it.
Can't you just poop it out?
Some people do, but not everybody. Okay. And some people deal with this for over a month.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's not good. But they've lost a lot of weight. It does get bad, and that
is there a worse way to lose weight?
there probably isn't. This is probably it. This is
exercise or spending a month on the toilet.
That could be a lot too. I'm wondering if
it's a thinker.
I just wonder if there's some hysteria going on about it, but I don't know. I was looking up how many cases are there annually, and there's really no. It doesn't. There's nothing I can find that says like we are. I mean, okay. Typically in the U.S. there's 1,000 cases, so we have 7 times the amount of cases, and they usually happen in the summer. Do you know why it happens? I did find this out. It's because people are working on the farms and they don't have a place to go to the bathroom. So they're defecating next to the food that they're growing, and then it's coming to us, and we're eating it. That's happening far too often. I noticed when I
where are we farming? What
I drove to California.
Does farming need a new purpose?
They have porta potties all over the farms when I was driving through California, and now it makes sense because they need a place to relieve themselves. Otherwise, it gets into
for the record, most of those are almond trees, though.
If you're one of those companies who own these massive farms, can you please install something so that this isn't a regular thing? I would appreciate it.
Or maybe just run like a few more feet away. I mean,
Trevor, I gotta go. Go talk to some TBT guys. So you guys take over, and I will. Talk to you all tomorrow.
We got your back, Jack or Steve.
Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.